Welcome back to our Las Vegas Airbnb trend. On our last video, you mentioned a lot about condo hotels, but a lot of people are not familiar with that term. What does it mean?
It's a question that we get quite often from clients. What is a condo hotel and what's the main purpose of these units? You know, when you think about a condo hotel in Las Vegas or another major city where you get a lot of tourism, a condo hotel is meant to be like a vacation property, something that a family is going to be staying in several times a year, and they typically offer some sort of rental program that helps owners to offset some of the monthly costs that they have with ownership. Now, what's a little bit different about Las Vegas is because of when they were built and when the market adjusted, a lot of the values on these units fell, and because of that, investors bought them up and they generated a decent return. So they've kind of turned into a hybrid of a short-term investment property along with a vacation rental type of property. These are units that are typically sold fully furnished. They are typically in a property where they have some sort of rental program available to them that's turnkey. Some of them will allow you to use a third-party management company or manage your own nightly rentals. Some of them have restrictions on that as well. But these condo hotels are properties that, like I said, it's kind of a hybrid, and it's part of what's kind of fueled this craze in Las Vegas. Even though they don't generate the strongest return compared to some of the other cities, and the values on them aren't as high as other cities, it's allowed them to be extremely popular, because when you compare a condo hotel unit in Las Vegas to most other cities, they are discounted significantly. And a lot of it just has to do with the timing of when they were built, but they're an incredibly popular option when you're comparing them to other short-term rental options, especially in the Las Vegas Valley.
Now, how does that differ from like a timeshare? Because we hear the term timeshare a lot here in Las Vegas as well.
Timeshares are definitely very popular in Las Vegas, and we get a lot of people that ask, what's the difference, or are these condo hotels a timeshare? And it's important to understand the distinction. We've actually had clients that have come through that have owned timeshares, and they have, you know, a bunch of timeshare points built up, or maybe they have a timeshare here in Las Vegas or in other cities. And really, the biggest difference between the two is a timeshare, you don't own the property, it's not fee simple, you don't own title or a deed to the property, whereas in a condo hotel, that's your property. It has a deed that records with Clark County, and in most cases, you're able to use that property whenever you like. Now again, each condo hotel has their own rules and restrictions, so we encourage you to look into different options, different properties, and learn about the what you can and can't do with the property. But you have the ability to access it at any time. You can rent it out either through the nightly rental program, depending on the rules and regulations, or using a third party, doing it yourself. Those options are all on the table depending on the property, but you don't have the same restrictions with a timeshare where you have to schedule it in advance, you have to get approved for a certain weekend, you're gonna have other people staying, so you can't stay in at these dates, or these are blackout dates, or you have to use more points to stay in at this holiday weekend. With a condo hotel, as long as you're coordinating either with the company that's managing your nightly rentals, you can stay in at any time, and it's very user-friendly.
Condo hotels sounds like a great solution for someone wanting to do short-term rentals here. My question is all the condo hotels allowed to do Airbnb? Because you mentioned a little bit in regards to a property management company and also in-house rental program. Are all of them allowed to do Airbnb?
It's one of the most common requests that we get from people that are interested. They say, okay, well, where can I do Airbnb? Where can I not? So first and foremost, there are 5 main condo hotels in Las Vegas and kind of the surrounding area of what we call the Strip Corridor. So there is the Trump Hotel, there's the MGM Signature, Palms Place, Platinum, and the Vdara. Now, each of these condo hotels has their own set of restrictions. The 3 that will allow you to do Airbnb, which is basically you are managing your own nightly rentals, you're handling housekeeping, you're collecting money from guests, you're paying the room tax that the Clark County requires. The only 3 hotels that will allow you to do that, condo hotels, are the MGM Signature, the Vdara, and Palms Place. Now, not all of them will let you do it without penalty. They have different variations of fees depending on whether you're using the in-house rental program or if you're doing your own nightly rentals. So it's important to look into the fees and how it differs from property to property. But the MGM Signature, the Vdara, and Palms Place will allow you to do your own Airbnb nightly rentals. They'll allow you to use a third-party management company if you'd like, or you can use the in-house rental program. Platinum and Trump do not. They control all of the nightly rentals. They'll still do it for you, but they restrict the options. And the positive side of that is typically those are properties that are well maintained, they're in good shape. They may not make as much money because of the split that they have with the owners on the rental income and because of the lack of other options for rental management, but those properties are very well maintained, where Palms Place, MGM Signature, and Vdara typically have stronger rental income because you can use a third-party management company and at a reduced split, or you can manage your own nightly rentals and you don't have to share the income with anybody. You can just take it all and then pay your fees, your taxes, and all that stuff out of the proceeds.
It sounds like we have a lot of options here, and it sounds like we are the experts with the condo hotels in Las Vegas.
We definitely are the experts in this field, and it's something we've been doing for a long time, and we control a large majority of the market share in all of these condo hotels. We end up listing more units than anyone else, and we usually end up working with buyers on these sales as well more often than pretty much anybody else in town. So if you want a little bit more information about some of the condo hotels in town, the rules and regulations, or any other questions that you have from this video series, please contact our team. We'd be more than happy to help, and we love to find the property that's the perfect fit for you. Thank you, Luana. This has been really enjoyable, and we're looking forward to doing more in the future.